So what is going on, people? It's Kim here, and welcome back to another Euro 2016 squad, confirmed squad, that is, of course. Now, I know that we aren't far off the tournament actually being underway, so I will be spamming out your sub boxes with plenty of these for sure. I've been finishing my playthrough off, in all honesty, and I probably shouldn't have prioritised that. I probably should have prioritised this instead, but I just didn't think that it would take me obviously this long. I've only up until this point uploaded two, so I need to crack on. But anyway, that's what we're doing today. So this is actually this wasn't the tweet. I got this from the DFB underscore team N, which is the English Twitter account for the German national team. And this particular tweet, what you're seeing right now, was, well, picture that you're seeing right now was tweeted for the actual official numbers. So if you're getting the German kit, there you go. I've just helped you out with what numbers your favourite player will be having. But I'm not here to talk about numbers, as you all know. We're here to talk about the actual players within this squad. And can I just say, though, for a start, it's just getting a little bit sidetracked here, what a lovely kit their away kit is. I am loving that. It's so nice. It's so different. I don't know if you can see it very clearly here, but if you just search it anyway and Google it, it's such a nice kit. I really like it. Anyway, getting sidetracked there. We'll start with the goalkeepers, of course. Now, who else would you start with other than Manuel Neuer? I mean, he's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. There's a huge debate about him, and I mean, he's one of them as well that he knows is good. You know, he's like a Ronaldo. He knows that he's good, but he's that good anyway that you can't really blame him for being cocky, because he's absolutely fantastic. A lot of people are like, oh, he's a bit overrated. Well, you know, he was up there with the likes of Messi and Ronaldo for Ballon d'Or. Ballon d'Or, sorry, not Dior. Dior is a fragrance. But yeah, he's an absolutely magnificent goalkeeper. He's playing for, you know, no offence to Borussia Dortmund fans, but he's playing for the best team in Germany. You know, a club, Bayern Munich, of course, speaking of, that have won so much and just dominate, you know, the Bundesliga, dominate, even have been dominating the Champions League for a little bit as well. Obviously Madrid winning it this year, but just still, you know, he's at one of the best clubs in the world, and you know, rightly so. Just, you wouldn't, I'm sorry, but you know, you're Joachim Low. I'm sorry if I say his name wrong. You're the German manager. You know, who'd you pick for your goalkeepers? Tell me you wouldn't pick him. I mean, tell me who wouldn't pick him. Next up, probably, I don't know, I think the second choice there between Leno and ter Stegen is very close, in all honesty. Leno, another fantastic keeper in total honesty. He's not, you know, Neuer is like up there with the best. And you know, although Leno is, in my opinion, Leno is probably world class, he's still, Neuer is on like legendary level. So to try and, if any of these other keepers can manage to get some games, you know, I'd be really happy for them, because the fact that they're even making this squad, the German, you know, I tell you what, Lowe must have like such a headache trying to pick the German squad, because there's just so much German talent. And you look at the Bundesliga, and so many of the top players in the Bundesliga are German. You look at some of these players now, most of them are in the Bundesliga or have been in the Bundesliga at some point. And it's just, that's how you develop a team at the end, a national team at the end of the day. You know, that's where England go wrong. And I know I'm going to mention Gareth Bale, and I know he's Welsh, but, you know, at the end of the day, we should be try to keep hold of players like him, you know, in the UK more, because it's just gonna, you know, you get other young players that look up to Bale, and they're gonna come through and be like, well, when Bale got good and everybody loved him, he you know, effed off to Spain. And it's true, he did. And it's like, we should be trying to tie down these, like, British players more, like Germany do at the end of the day. But yeah, Leno, a fantastic keeper. He's one that, if you play FIFA, you'll be very familiar with him. He's always a favourite in FUT draft if you're building like a German type team. Obviously, plays for German team Bayer Leverkusen. He's been with them since 2011 as well. He's been there for a while, and only before them he played for Stuttgart. He came through the ranks at Stuttgart and made the move in 2011 to Bayer Leverkusen. And yeah, he's quite a favourite. He's only 24 as well, so he's still quite young. And last of the goalkeepers, we have got Mark Ter Stegen. I think I said his name right. Obviously the Barcelona keeper, but also before his move to Barcelona, he did actually play in the Bundesliga for Borussia Mönchengladbach. So obviously they now have the likes of Jan Sommer, who again is a pretty good goalkeeper. But for me, Ter Stegen, I don't know if I'd put him above Leno. I'd say they're probably on a similar sort of level. But yeah, he made his move to Barcelona in 2014. And he's only made like 7 appearances for them. So, he probably deserves a little bit more game time. He's a very good goalkeeper. And, I think just for him, again, he's still very young, 24. When you're a goalkeeper, you see most goalkeepers don't really retire till they're 40. And you'll find that with goalkeepers, they work a little bit differently than outfield players because they become more disciplined. They just become more mature and better goalkeepers when they're older, in my opinion. So he's still got a lot of time left ahead of him. I think there has been some talk of him leaving Barcelona. I'm not sure how much truth is in that, and I'm not actually sure on where or who is being linked with, but I do remember reading a bit of talk about him leaving, so it could be down to a lack of game time, of course, which you would be unhappy about because he is a class keeper. I'd definitely welcome him at Arsenal, as a second choice to Petr Cech, of course. Moving on to the defence, guys, we have got Shokdran Mustafi. Why did I bother saying that name? Why did I just put myself through that torture? So again, a player who I remember from his Everton days, even though he didn't actually play for them. I think he came through. He was at Hamburger, and there was all this news like Everton. It was in 2009. He joined like Everton, but played for their senior youth team. Sorry, what am I saying? Then he got like a bit of a call up. Well, he kind of did and didn't because he became a senior. And I think he signed a contract, like a professional contract with them, to play for the senior team, but he never actually played for them. So, and he wasted, it was there from 2009 till 2012, so he wasted, so many years just, I don't know, just, doing nothing. So, poor him. But he got a move to Sampdoria, where he made a name for himself. Made 50 appearances for them and stayed there for 2 years. Then in 2014, he made his move to Valencia, where he's made 61 appearances for the Spanish side. And he's very familiar with the German national team as well. He's played for the under-16s, under-17s, under-18s, under-19s, under-20s, and finally the under-21s. And then, of course, the German senior team. He got his call up for them in 2014, and obviously went on to win the World Cup with them, the FIFA World Cup in 2014. That's what I mean. When you look at this team, you've got players that were there in 2014 that won that FIFA World Cup, so they're just hungry for more. They want to prove they have. To be fair, they don't have anything to prove, but they want to. They just want to win so much. They've just got that unreal winning mentality. Moving on, we have got Jonas Hector, who is a left back for FC Köln, a team that I'm familiar with because of Lucas Podolski, of course. Has only ever been in Germany. Sorry. Fair play to him. He's only 26 years old, and I think did he get an inform or a top team of the season? I think he might have done, actually. I can't quite remember now, but pretty sure he got one or the other because I built a Bundesliga team the other day in Foot Draft, and I'm pretty sure I put him in there at fullback. But yeah, getting sidetracked there. Sorry, guys. He scored 4 goals. In his 120 appearances for FC Cologne so far, and has played 14 games for the German national team. He hasn't actually played for the under 21s or anything like that. He just got his call up to the senior national team, which is pretty big. Back in 2014, he's played 14 games for them and scored 1 goal. So fair play to him. Another player that I am very familiar with. I absolutely love this guy, and do you know what? And so many times in career mode, I always buy him. And that is Benedict Howardez. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Again, apologies if the pronunciation isn't on point. But 28 years old. He's a centre back who can cover at full back as well. And Mr. Loyal as well. He had a youth career in Germany and ended up in 2001 at Schalke, of course. In 2007, he got called up to their senior team, the second choice senior team, so Schalke 04-2. So like how Barcelona have a B team, that's what he got called up to. And then also as well, he made 15 appearances for them, but has made 222 appearances for Schalke, FC Schalke, and scored 11 goals throughout, well, so far for them. Of course, he's played for the German under-18s, the Germany under-19s, under-20s, under-21s, and in 2011 he got his call up to the German senior national team. And he was part of that German squad, again, who won the FIFA World Cup back in 2014. Next up is a player who, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll know I've developed quite a crush on just of recent time, and that is Emre Can or Emre Can. There's a bit of a thing on how you pronounce his name, so I'm going to call him Emre Can or Can. Either is fine with me. I might just call him Emre for a bit. He's defender, but he can cover. Well, he's mainly a midfielder. He plays like CDM for Liverpool, I think, but he can cover at centre back as well. He obviously made a name for himself at Bayern. He came through their youth academy in 2011, played for Bayern Munich's B team or second team, and also played 4 appearances for actual Bayern Munich as well in 2012 to 2013. Played 4 games and scored 1 goal, so that's actually a pretty good ratio, to be fair. Then he made a move to Bayer Leverkusen, obviously, just to get a bit more game time. He was there for a year, made 29 appearances and scored 3 goals, but again, he's more of a defensive type player, so that's pretty good, to be fair. And obviously made his move to Liverpool in 2014. And so far has made 59 appearances and has scored 2 goals. He's again quite familiar with national team football. He's played for the under-15s, under-16s, 17s, 19s, 21s. Then in 2015 he got his call up to the German senior national team, and so far has played 6 games for them, but has yet to score a goal. So it'd be really good to see him score, in the tournament, because I just have developed, like, I don't know what it is, but I just really like him. Next up is Antonio Rudiger, who is a centre back for AS Roma. What am I chatting? He has had quite an eventful youth career. Mainly known for like Borussia Dortmund, playing for their youth squad, then moved to Stuttgart, where he came through up there, played for Stuttgart's B team, then played for Stuttgart. He got a loan move out to Roma while he was at Stuttgart as well. Then Roma decided to purchase him this year, actually. So yeah, yet to see him play for Roma this year, but obviously it's going to be next season now. Again, quite familiar with national team football. Played for the under-18s, 19s, under-20s, under-21s, and got his call up to the German senior team in 2014, where he has played 11 games so far. And like Emre Can, he is yet to score a goal, but he's a defender, you know. Next up is Sami Khedira. Do you know, this was the transfer that I just couldn't put together. Like, I really don't understand why he left Real Madrid. I don't understand it at all. He was such a key player. Him and Modric holding the midfield was just brilliant. And, like, how? How did he, like, why? Why did Real Madrid let him go? I don't understand that at all. But anyway, sorry about that little rant there. It was just so bizarre. I was like, what? Why? No offense to any Juventus fans, but why would you leave Real Madrid for Juve? It just doesn't make sense. But anyway, stopping myself. Came through the ranks at Stuttgart. Again, played for Stuttgart's B team. Then played for the Stuttgart. Do I call them senior team? You guys know what I mean. Made his move to Real Madrid, his big move in 2010, and he was there for 5 years. Made 102 appearances and scored 6 goals for the team. And of course, made his move to Juventus last year, where he's played 20 games and has scored 5 goals. Does have his injury problems, to be fair, but he's just absolutely, he's just flawless. He's such a good midfielder. Like, he's one of them that, again, could probably walk into any side, like literally any side, in my opinion. He's just one of the best in his position, if not the best. Next up, a man who has been linked with a move away, actually, been talked about quite a lot just recently on Sky Sports News, I've seen, and that's Bastian Schweinsteiger, Podolski's mate, as I know him as. Obviously, mainly known for his Bayern Munich career. He was there into that. Well, he played for them since 2002. He joined there. He came through their youth academy. And yeah, he was there till 2015, of course, playing 342 appearances for the club and scoring 45 goals. He was described at one point as like the most complete midfielder. He had it all, like defensive capabilities, attacking capability. He just seemed to have such a good balance in his play. He was so good, and like when he signed for United, everybody was like, oh my god, you know, what a signing and stuff, but he just hasn't really lived up to that, I don't think. He's played 18 games for Man United since joining them last year and has just scored the 1 goal. Again, he got his call up to the German senior national team in 2004 and has been playing for them since then. He's made 115 appearances and has scored 23 goals for them. His honours consist of the FIFA World Cup in 2014, the runner-up in the European Championship in 2008, he won the FIFA Confederations Cup in 2005, FIFA World Cup in 2006 as well, and of course the FIFA World Cup in 2010. There is just like so much experience within this German national team, it's crazy. Moving on to possibly my favourite player in the German national team, and that is of course Mesut Ozil. He's just phenomenal. I mean, a lot of people knock him. They're like, oh, was he worth all that money? You know, Payet's better, Coutinho's better. It's just funny how, like, everybody compares their central attacking midfielders to him, yet say that he's overrated. So it's just one of them. Other fans are just jealous that we have him. Came through the Schalke Academy, played 30 games for them. Then moved to Werder Bremen, where he became more well known. 71 appearances for them and 13 goals within them. Then his massive move to Real Madrid in 2010, where he's absolutely adored by Real Madrid fans and still is today, very well respected by Real Madrid despite leaving. You know, a lot of people blame the manager of Real Madrid for that, but yeah, you know, just I was just so shocked that we signed him, because obviously we'd seen, you know, so many key players leave over the years. The fact that we're bringing in a world-class player, and you can scoff all you want, he is a world-class player. The fact that we'd brought somebody of his level, of his experience, he just has that winning mentality that Arsenal needed and still do need. Don't get me wrong, we do need more of it, but he was just a massive step in the right direction from Arsenal, and fantastic business by Arsene Wenger. I'm not pro Wenger and I'm not Wenger out. I'm in the middle. I'll praise him when he does something right and question him when he does something wrong, but there are a lot of people that do the latter and just question him all the time, but he played a massive part in us signing Mesut Ozil, and like I say, it was such a huge step for us in the right direction. And like I say, just Ozil is full of praise for him, which is just lovely. 105 appearances he made for Real Madrid and scored 19 goals. And since joining Arsenal in 2013, he's made 83 appearances and has scored 15 goals. Can I just add, had probably his best season since Real Madrid last season for Arsenal. He was just phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And he's got his his call up to the German senior national team in 2009. He's played 73 games for them since then and has scored 19 goals, and obviously again was part of that squad who won the FIFA World Cup in 2014. Next up is Andre Schürrle, a player who I actually really didn't want him to leave Chelsea. I quite liked him. Well, it's not that I didn't want him to leave Chelsea. I didn't want him to leave the Premier League. I thought he was a pretty good player. I was quite surprised to see him go. He came through the ranks at Mainz, then went on to play for Bayer Leverkusen. Of course, made his move to Chelsea in 2013, and he was there for 2 years. And then now he's currently at VfL Wolfsburg. So he went from supplying, who was back at Chelsea in them days. I can't even remember who Chelsea's forward at that time when Drogba came back. Now he supplies Nicholas Bentner. But yeah, he's at Wolfsburg. He's played 43 games for them since joining them last year and has scored 10 goals. Again, part of that German squad that won the FIFA World Cup in 2014. So just has that experience, and again, you could call it winning mentality. Next up, a player who I was really sad to see leave Arsenal, and that was Lucas Podolski. He's been about quite a bit throughout his career, in all fairness. He came through the ranks at FC Köln in 2003, played for their second team twice, then played for their first team. Made 81 appearances for them and scored 46 goals. I think he had that wasn't that time round, sorry, that in 2006 he left for Bayern Munich, played for Bayern Munich 71 games and 15 goals he scored for them. Also played for the Bayern Munich B team, where he just played 2 games for them. Then he made a move back to FC Köln in 2009, and he stayed there until 2012, made 88 appearances and scored 33 goals, but I think he left because he fell out with the manager at the time. There was a picture of him with his hands around the manager's throat. Which, to be fair, that was a side to Podolski that I didn't actually, that I've only ever seen that one time. But again, he was a good signing for Arsenal. Just sadly, he had his injuries, didn't he? Surprise, surprise, at Arsenal. And I think that just let him down a bit. And I was really sad to see him go, and a lot of people were glad that he left. But I don't know, he had such a powerful shot on him. I miss him quite a lot, to be honest. I think he's better than Walcott at the minute, and obviously he has that quality of being able to cover the wing or play as a striker as well. He played 60 games for Arsenal anyway, and scored 19 goals for them. He went to Inter Milan on loan, where he played 17 games and scored 1 goal. Then made his move last year to Galatasaray, where he played 30 games and has scored 13 goals so far, contributing to them winning a trophy as well, where he stood up to Robin van Persie, which is just absolutely class. And he's so humble, and he has so much love for FC Köln and also for Arsenal now as well. It's so nice to see like he was cheering us on and stuff towards the end of the season, and just lovely to see from him. It seems like such a nice guy. Really sad to see him leave Arsenal, not gonna lie. Yeah, he's been in the German national team since 2004. He's played 128 games for them and has scored 48 goals, and again was part of the side that won the 2014 World Cup. Next up is Julian Draxler, another player that's been linked with Arsenal quite a lot actually, but then it died down when he made his move from Schalke to Wolfsburg last year. I think he's a left winger. But yeah, I'm sorry about my throat, by the way, guys. I'm coming down with hay fever, so it keeps coming on and off, going quite dry. Then it'll be okay for a bit, then it goes back dry again. But yeah, he was at Schalke since 2011, where he came through the ranks there, and obviously left last year. He played 118 games for them and scored 18 goals. And since joining Wolfsburg, he's played 23 games and has scored 6 goals. He does have his injury problems. I think he's played for the German national team since 2012. 19 games played and just the 1 goal scored. But again, it's probably so hard for him to get into the actual lineup. When they got the likes of Podolski, Muller, Schürrle, who will cover the wings. You got other players as well that can cover out wide as well. Goetze can, but he's definitely seen more as a central midfielder, but he can cover out wide as well. I think Sane can as well. So yeah, it's probably difficult for him to get in there, but he's still a great player. Next up, we've got the well-known Thomas Muller. Again, you could call him Mr. Loyal. He's been linked for so long with like Man United, but he never actually joined, so it's quite a strange one. But yeah, he's a forward who can cover the wings and also play centre forward or like central attacking mid as well. Came through the ranks at Bayern Munich. He joined Bayern Munich's youth team in the year 2000. Was there for 8 years. Then got a call up to the Bayern Munich B team, played 35 games for them and scored 16 goals. Then in 2008, played for Bayern Munich senior team, made 228 appearances so far and has scored 91 goals for the club. He's only 9 off 100, which is quite an achievement. He's been a part of the German national team since 2010, obviously winning the FIFA World Cup in 2010. And of course winning the World Cup again in 2014. Made 71 appearances for the German national team so far and has scored 30 goals within those 71 appearances. Next up is Julian Weigl, I think that is pronounced. He plays for Borussia Dortmund, joined them last year actually. Only just been called up to the German national team this year, only played for them the once, still yet to score. He's a midfielder, and he hasn't scored for Dortmund yet since joining them last year, but he's made 30 appearances. Came from 1860 Munich, where he actually hasn't scored a goal in his senior career. The only goal he's scored is for the German under-20s. That's the only goal he's ever scored. So wouldn't that be nice for him to score for the German senior team in the tournament? That would be great for him. I'll definitely keep an eye out for him. Next up, we've got the well-known Toni Kroos. I do believe he scored against Arsenal actually when we played Bayern Munich when he was back at Bayern. Came through the ranks at Bayern Munich, played for the second team. Then in 2007 got a call up to their senior team, and he was there until 2014, of course, playing 130 games and scoring 13 goals. He got a loan move while he was at Bayern Munich to Bayer Leverkusen, where he played 43 games and scored 10 goals for them. And in 2014 he made his big move to Real Madrid, where he's played 68 games and has scored 3 goals so far for the club. He's been a part of the German national team since 2010, playing 65 games and scoring 11 goals in those 65 games. His honours include the FIFA World Cup in 2014, which is obviously his major one. Also won the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in 2007 and won the FIFA World Cup again in 2010. Another player that Arsenal fans will be very familiar with, and that is Mario Götze, again being linked with the club actually. I can't see it happening though. One of them to leave Borussia Dortmund, one of many that has been a part of Borussia Dortmund and then left for Bayern Munich. So sad actually, but believe it or not, this is quite weird. So he came through the ranks at Borussia Dortmund, right, in 2009. He made 83 appearances and has scored 22 goals from 2019 to 2013. Get this, right, since joining Bayern Munich in 2013, he's played 73 games and has scored 22 goals. That's pretty. I just found that pretty weird. He's been a part of the German national team since 2010, made 52 appearances and has scored 17 goals, obviously winning the World Cup for Germany in 2014. Next up, we've got none other than Leroy Sané, or I think that's how you pronounce it, yeah, Sané. He's a winger and also attacking midfielder. Currently plays for Schalke, came through the ranks there, he's been there since 2014. And it says on here 2014 till 2016, so has he been released by Schalke maybe? I'm not sure. Quite unsure on that one. And yeah, maybe it's just an issue with the site, but anyway, he's played 55 games for them and has scored 13 goals. He's been a part of the German national team since last year. He's only played 3 games for them and has yet to score a goal. And next up, we've got a very young player in Joshua Kimmich. He's only 21, bless him. Midfielder who can also play as centre-back as well. Plays for Bayern Munich, who he joined last year. And yeah, came through the ranks at Stuttgart. Then he played for a team called RB Leipzig, I think that's pronounced. And last year moved to Bayern Munich. He's played 23 games for them and has yet to score a goal for them. And he's only played 1 goal for the German played 1 game for the German national team. And yeah, has been part of that. Well, just got his call up to the squad this year. And last but not least by any means, we have got the legendary Mario Gomez. He's knocking on now, age 30, so yeah, I actually thought he was a little bit older than that, to be honest, but he's currently at Besiktas, on loan from Fiorentina, of course. Yeah, came through the ranks at Stuttgart, moved to Bayern Munich in 2009. It was there until 2013. I'm losing the ability to speak, guys. You can tell we're towards the end of the video. He's played 115 goals for Bayern Munich and scored 75. Oh my god, I've done it again. 115 games for Bayern Munich and scored 75 goals. Moved to Fiorentina in 2013, where he played 29 games and scored 7 goals. Then in 2015, he got a loan move out to Besiktas, where he's played 33 games and has a much better ratio there. 33 games played and 26 goals scored. Very, very familiar with the German national team, and has been a part of the German national team since 2007. Played 64 games for them and scored 27 goals. I think he actually missed the 2014 World Cup due to injury, but he does have the following honours of the European Championship runner-up in 2008 and winning the FIFA World Cup back in 2010. So guys, this video has gone on for quite longer than expected. I do apologise about that. I hope I haven't bored you all too much. It's just been, I just have so much to talk about with these players, because obviously I'm more familiar with these players than I am with like the Czech squad. You know, with the Czech squad there's only a few players that I know, but with this one I pretty much know every single player, know a little bit of something about them anyway. So yeah, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you have, make sure you smash the thumbs up on this video. That'd be massively appreciated. These videos have been doing so well with you guys, so I can only thank you all so much for that, and thank the Euro 2016 Twitter account for sharing these videos over on their Twitter page. That is phenomenally appreciated, if that is even a phrase. It is now anyway. But yeah, don't forget to smash the thumbs up, subscribe, help me get to 600 subscribers, guys. And with that being said, I'll see you all very soon.